Misty mountains, dusty roads ahead, crossing rivers, dreaming of a bed. From a window in the mighty clouds up high, I can touch a stream of gold above, breaking through with hope of light and love, giving peace of mind to those of us who try. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken. Let the summer come again. Let the heat find all the frozen. Let the force in. And I am above, above. I feel above. Oh, you have seen 1,000 lovers meet. You have seen 1,000 tired feet. Seen them rest upon a hill beneath a crown. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken. Let the summer come again. Let the heat find all the frozen. Let the force in. And I am above, above. I feel above. Oh, let the sun shine on the broken. Let the summer come again. Let the heat find all the frozen. Let the force in. 'Cause I am a, let the force in. 'Cause I am a, let the force in. I am above, above. I feel above, above. I feel above, above. I feel above. Oh, I feel above.
You and me, I will always dream about how it will be to feel your arms around me. Yeah, let it sink in. Yeah, I just let it sink in. You and me, wonder how it feels to have you cheek to cheek. But this is not reality. Oh, let it sink in. Yeah, I just let it sink in. Always changing all the scenery. Oh, why I'm living in this fantasy. Don't know, let it sink in. Yeah, I just let it sink in. In a dream, said you wanna buy me pretty little things. Take me around the world, now, let it sink in. Yeah, just let it sink in. Oh, I know it's such a sweet fantasy, but I can stay like this forever. And I know that it's been driving me crazy. Let it sink in. Always changing all the scenery. Why I'm living in this fantasy, don't know. Man, I feel just like a tragedy. Let it sink in. Yeah, just let it sink in. Just let it sink in. Yeah, just let it sink in. Just let it sink. Let it sink in. Yeah, just let it sink in. Just let it sink in. Let it sink in. Yeah, just let it sink in. Just let it sink in.
Tell me, mother, did you miss me when I broke free? When I grabbed a bus to anywhere just to be elsewhere. I long to belong. Hitched a ride into the sunset. Felt like Juliet. On my way to meet my
head's going so loud. It sounds just like a party. Thoughts spin around like shadows they cast. I'm an overthinker, lost in my mind. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break. Wish that I could just turn off, like a switch in my brain, so I can finally breathe. Thoughts spin around like shadows they cast. I'm an overthinker, lost in my mind. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break. Ooh, maybe one day and I'll pay attention to myself. I'd rather pay attention to you. I'm an overthinker, lost in my mind. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break. Wasn't I